Welcome to Permission to Thrive. I'm your host, Suzi Lula. As a spiritual therapist for over 20 years, I have the honor and privilege of ushering women and mothers just like you on a journey from simply surviving to powerfully thriving. I also have the honor of raising our son, Will, who is now a young adult, with my longtime partner, Jami, so I'm right there on the journey with you. Consider this your personal sanctuary, your space to meet your heart, embrace your messy, and come home to your most authentic, extraordinary self. My hope is that you leave resourced and inspired because you are here to shine. Welcome to Permission to Thrive. Hi, and welcome to Permission to Thrive 2024. Happy New Year, Happy New You. I love this time of year. I love new beginnings. I love setting intentions for new beginnings. I love clearing away the old and stepping into the new. Obviously, any time of year, any day, any moment, we have the opportunity to do this. And yet and still, there's something very powerful and potent about joining together during a time of year where collectively, many of us are seeking to deepen and expand and transform. So I do love this time of year. And this episode is going to be dedicated to sharing with you all a particular intention setting tradition that I do around this time of year. And also, I want to speak to you all about my soul care coaching certification program that begins January 25th, 2024. For those of you who are looking for a deep transformational dive this year that will leave you literally a new person, a transformed being, and therefore transforming all of your relationships with your children, your spouses, your clients, and why I, in particular, love the marriage of spirituality and psychology. But first, I really would love to start with some gratitude. I am deeply grateful to each one of you, every one of you, who invests your time to receive the wisdom that I'm seeking to share with you through this podcast. I have such a strong vision that it is not only possible, but it is a mandate that your soul is seeking to thrive, to blossom, to flourish. And there are many wisdom teachers, podcasts, teachings out there. And so it is never lost on me that you are devoting and investing your time, your energy to receiving the wisdom in the way that I provide it, I articulate it. So I thank you. I thank you for every comment. I thank you for every episode that you shared with a friend. I thank you for coming back. I'm so grateful to have a soul care community and to have you as part of it. So my intention with this new year is to provide for you the greatest, highest, deepest wisdom born from my own transformation and coupled with the transformation of thousands of clients that I work with, thousands of students that I work with. So the combination of my own transformation, so I'm speaking to you from my own experience, and the research that I get to do working with so many clients and individuals on a daily basis. So thank you. I'm looking forward to this year together. May this be our greatest, most transformative year ever. May we reach a level of self-love that we have never experienced before. May we thrive, blossom, flourish like never before. May we soar in 2024, and may we experience more in 2024 of that which is truly meaningful and valuable to each one of us. So with that said, my first New Year's tradition is always to write down 100 things that I am grateful for. Sometimes on New Year's Day, I have the time to write down 100 things, and sometimes it takes me a week, a few days to write down these 100 things that I'm grateful for. But I love starting the year with gratitude, and I love challenging myself to write 100 because it stretches us to really look for the simplest things that we have to be grateful for. From this next breath to this podcast, to you listening to something that might seem so small, when you begin to create a list of 100 things to be grateful for, and I challenge you to come up with your own list of 100 very specific things to be grateful for. What I find, and what I hope that you will find, is that typically the things that we are the most grateful for are the seemingly simplest things. I will tell you that some of the things on my gratitude list right now, this New Year's, the time spent with Will and Jami, where we were just in our jammies all day and had really deep connected conversations. Or we had like the silliest conversations. We had connected time going to the ocean, just watching the waves the other day was extraordinary. Time walking in our park, hiking, going to yoga together, having time with family and friends over the holidays. Things that don't even cost anything, things that are meaningful, valuable, that we will remember for the rest of our lives, time spent together. So I challenge you, 100 things that you are grateful for to start your new year. You might want to do it. I've done it before, where the first of every month, 12 times, I've written 100 things that I'm grateful for. I've done gratitude lists the beginning of every week. So you can do this, you can make it your own. We've had times all during Will's life, we've created these big gratitude walls where we've taken poster paper and put it up on our wall. And whenever someone's walking by that particular place in our dining room, we just write something that we're grateful for, appreciations for each other. So we've done it where we've had big gratitude walls. We've also done it where we had either a mason jar or a big bowl in the middle of our dining room table. And just before dinner every day, we just write something down from the day that we were grateful for. And then a few different times during the year, we'd go and we just pick out one of those small little pieces of paper with gratitude, and we'd go around and we'd share whatever gratitude we're picking up. So you then not only write the gratitude the day that you're feeling grateful, but then during the year, a few times, you're revisiting and renewing and sharing those experiences over and over again. So there's just many different ways that you can create gratitude traditions in your home. And what happens is when you create these traditions in your home, gratitude then becomes a way of life. And there is nothing like gratitude, appreciations, self-appreciations, acknowledgments of each other, self-acknowledgments. All of these different practices become a way of life. I can tell you that we've done formal gratitude practices similar to the ones that I've shared, and then it becomes a way of life where I'm just typically texting Will on any given day things that I appreciate about him, things that I am grateful for about him. They become texting. He walks in the door, and within 3 minutes, I'm sharing something that I'm grateful for. And then it becomes reciprocal. It's just a way of life. I hear him sharing with his friends things that he is grateful for about them, things that he appreciates about them. He'll text me, he'll text Jami. So it just becomes a way of communicating, a way of articulating. What we look for, we will find. And so when you set intentions around creating a way of life where you are looking for that which you are grateful for, you are looking for that which you appreciate in another, that which you appreciate in yourself, it becomes a way of life that keeps you connected to those around you. Gratitude becomes a glue that holds you together. Appreciations, self-appreciations, it becomes a glue. It becomes a savings account that holds you together, that binds you together with such authentic love, authentic connection. So I offer that to you as the first thing that I do every year. And as I said, often throughout my months, throughout my weeks, throughout my days, I'm always seeking to share with those that I am close to as much appreciation as I possibly can. And of course, then we extend that. We're in the market, we're on the freeway, we're at a cafe, a restaurant, those who are serving us. It is such a rich way of life to extend your appreciation and gratitude. It creates deep connection and intimacy. And when I think about our lives, and when we get to the end of our lives, I know that the thing we will each and all be looking back around is how much intimacy did we share with each other? How much soulful connection did we share with each other? And so this practice of gratitude, self-appreciation, self-acknowledgement, appreciation of others, acknowledgement of others, there is nothing more potent and powerful as a way of life that you could instill this year in 2024. So let's take this on as a challenge. Start with your 100, and then throughout the year, we'll check in with each other and see where we are in cultivating this as a way of life. So New Year's gratitude list. The next thing that I will say about New Year's intentions in general, if you only chose one intention this year, I would encourage you, have that be the intention of self-love and soul care. I will tell you with my own life, and with the thousands of clients and students that I have worked with and work with over the years, the practice of truly learning to be in a loving, intimate, kind, supportive, encouraging relationship with yourself that is full of self-forgiveness, that is full of compassion and empathy and support, self-support. If you chose only one intention, only one practice to do this year, let it be the practice of self-love. Let it be the practice of soul care. Why? Because the way that you relate to yourself is the way that you project out into all of your relationships. You project outward what is inward. And so to the degree that you create a true self-loving practice, a true practice of caring for the soul that you are, the spirit that you are, you then ensure that all of the rest of your relationships are equally loving, connected, supportive, encouraging, empowered, intimate, because your outer world is reflected by your inner world. And so if there is only one thing that you choose, if there is only one thing that I could tell you is 100% responsible for the close, intimate, connected relationship that I share with Will and with Jami, it is the practice of my own self-love, my own inner transformative relationship with myself. I practice self-love to such a degree that it must then reflect outward. I must project it outward. It must spill out, spill over into all of my outer relationships. So self-love and the care of the spirit that you are. Remember, you are a spirit. You are a soul walking through this year. You are a soul walking through your life. You are a soul walking in your relationships. And the more deeply connected you are, to the soul that you are. And the more of a soulful relationship that you have with yourself, the more soulful relationships you will have with those around you. And again, I have had the honor, the privilege, and also I have experienced deep loss with individuals. And I know that every individual wants to know that you matter, wants to know that your life is important, and wants to know that you are connected to those around you. And I have had the honor and the privilege of being with individuals when they are passing on. And I can absolutely, utterly guarantee you that the only thing people look at is how much love were they able to receive in their life and how much love were they able to give in their life. At the end of the day, it's the only thing that matters to anyone. And even if you're thinking not necessarily of passing on, but you're thinking of your own children growing up, leaving the house, I will tell you, because I am experiencing a son who is in college now, I can tell you that the thing that matters most, the things that we look back on during the time that we were under the same roof, is the level of connection that we experienced with each other, the level of intimacy, the level of communication and mutual love, mutual connection. That is what we look back on. Our son is in college now. When I think back to when he was 5, when he was 8, when he was 12, 15, 18, what I look back on and what I remember the most is the energy in the house, the energy between us. And that all emanated from the energy coming from within me. And that is why I'm such a devotee and I'm so passionate about your own relationship with yourself, because I absolutely know that the more you invest in your relationship with yourself, it will overflow, it will spiral out into all of your relationships. So one of the ways that we can ensure that we create this inner relationship that is rich and thriving is to clear away anything and everything that is unlike self-love, self-judgment, self-criticism, self-shame, clearing it away, shedding it away, letting it go. There's a saying that says, we are here to acquire nothing. We are here simply to release anything that gets in the way of living your most authentic life. So we are here to acquire nothing, meaning more important than anything that you might be calling in this year is what you are clearing, is what you are shedding, because we are here to acquire nothing. We are here to simply release anything and release everything that has ever gotten in the way of you living your most authentic life. So I'm going to share with you a clearing process that I do and an intention setting process that I do in order to clear away anything and everything that gets in the way of your deepest inner connection with yourself. So I'm using the acronym MORE. Here's to more in 2024. And MORE, M-O-R-E, so it's easy for you to remember, stands for meditate. The O is for open. The R is for receive. And the E is for expand. So meditate, open, receive, and expand. So I'll go through each one individually. So meditate. Become still. Set a time where you can become still, where you're alone, where you can be in the silence, and where you can experience your own stream of consciousness. So you're going to sit, you're going to be still, create an uninterrupted time if possible. If possible, create a beautiful atmosphere, light a candle, light some incense. If you have small kids and that's not possible, go out to your car, drive around the block, whatever you need to do, go into your bathroom, turn on the shower, whatever it is that you need to do to create some spaciousness where you can be still, where you can be silent, where you can be in solitude, where you can just spend a few minutes in a stream of consciousness. And as you become still, you just allow this stream of consciousness to begin. And you always begin with self-appreciations. So you just begin to call forward 2023 or December 2023. You can do the whole year. You begin with self-appreciations. What is it that you are appreciative for yourself in these last few months, in this last year? And you just begin a stream of consciousness. You then move into anything that no longer serves you. You begin to sift through your own consciousness and just allow anything that sticks out to you, anything that is no longer serving you, you just become aware. And as you become aware of that which is no longer serving you, it's like a sift, like literally sand going through a sift. You're beginning to become aware of that which is no longer serving you. And then you begin to open. You simply open your heart. You simply open your mind, open your soul, open your spirit. And as you are sifting through what no longer serves you, you begin to open to what is important to you, what truly matters to you. Typically, their spiritual qualities, typically what people, students, clients will say to me, what matters to them, deeper connection, more intimacy, more rest, peace, things like joy and abundance. We were talking about self-love. Self-love is always at the top of individuals' lists because we can become so disconnected from our very heart, from our very soul, from our very spirit. So self-love, inspiration, clarity, emotional healing, transformation. There is nothing more important than transforming your own life. Transforming my life from the inside out is what is single most responsible for the relationships I have in my life. So let transformation be high on the things that you're opening to this year. So far we have meditate. You start with a stream of consciousness, self-appreciations, a stream of consciousness of that which no longer serves you. You're letting that go. And then you begin to open to what is important to me. What does matter to me? What is important for me to experience this year in 2024? And as you become aware of what is meaningful to you, valuable to you, hopefully self-love and transformation is high on your list, you then move into a state of receptivity. So you're meditating, you're opening to what is truly important, and then you are allowing yourself to become receptive. You jump to the end of 2024, December 2024. You're looking back at your year. What is it that you are seeking to be embodying? What is it that you are seeking to integrate, to embody as such a way of life that it is second nature to you? It is first nature to you. At the end of January 2024, what do you want to look back on and see, I'm beginning to plant the seeds of that self-love. I'm beginning to plant the seeds of a transformation, the likes of which I have never experienced to date. What is truly important to me is truly embodying the patience, embodying the self-compassion, so that I create real, rich, deep, connected relationships with my children, with my spouse, with my friends, in my career, with my clients, so that at the end of 2024, at the end of January, or at the end of this week, at the end of this day, you look back at the end of each day and you have opened to receive that which is truly important to you. As you feel yourself and experience yourself receiving, you will feel your nervous system literally expand. Think about it. You're meditating, you're releasing that which no longer serves you. You're opening to what is truly important and valuable to you, most of which costs nothing. Most of the things that are important to us, to know that we matter, to know that we are contributing to other people's lives, to experience this intimacy and connection, it's all free. It doesn't cost a thing. So we're opening, we're becoming receptive, and then we find in our nervous system, you will find that your nervous system is calm, your nervous system is at peace, and most of all, your nervous system is expansive. You've created a nervous system which is in an expansive state of consciousness, an expansive state of awareness. So I'm going to go back through again. So here's two more in 2024. You're meditating, stream of consciousness, self-appreciations. You're letting go of that which no longer serves you. That's the M, meditate. O, more, M-O. O, you're opening to that which is truly important. R, you are receiving that which is truly important. You're looking ahead to the end of 2024. You're looking back. You're seeing yourself integrating and embodying, who am I when I have embodied this transformation, this deep connection, this peace, this patience, this inspiration, the clarity, the wisdom, the abundance, prosperity. Who am I? And then you connect your nervous system with this expansive state of consciousness. So I'm challenging you all, try it. Let me know how it goes. I love hearing from you all. Please go back on Instagram. Let me know in the comments, DM me, email me, let me know what is working. And the last thing that I will say about intentions is the reason I seek intentions rather than resolutions is because typically when we think of resolutions, it's coming from a state of lack. Everything that I've shared with you today is coming from a state of abundance. When it comes from the inside out of you, you are starting from a place of abundance. So remember, as you move forward into your intention setting, you want to be mindful that it's coming from a place of abundance rather than coming from a place of lack where you're seeking something from the outside that is starting from lack on the inside. No, you're seeking to connect from the inside out, from the place of abundance and wisdom and clarity and inspiration, so that your intention comes from a place of abundance rather than a place of lack. So let me know how it goes. And now I'd love to share with you a little about a passion project of mine, deep passion of mine. That is my soul care coaching certification program, training in the art and practice of spiritual psychology. We begin January 25th, 2024 in just a few weeks. And I know myself to be such a soulful individual. I'm dedicated, passionate about my own transformation. It is my own transformation and my own investment to transforming every day of my life that ultimately manifests the thriving, blossoming, flourishing life that I'm experiencing. And so I am deeply passionate about your own transformation. If you are feeling called to transform yourself from the inside out this year, to become new, to create new relationships, deep relationships, connected relationships, rich relationships, so that when you get to the end of 2024 and you're looking back, or you get to the end of your life and you're looking back, you are able to say, this is the year that I invested in myself. This is the year that I invested in my own transformation. And when you invest in your own transformation, you ensure that your relationships with all those around you are rich. And if you are a coach, because I'm passionate about this field of spiritual psychology and I marry the best of spirituality with the best of the healing modalities of psychology, and I bring them together, if you're a coach, you also are at the growing edge, the leading edge of healing on the planet. Spiritual psychology is the next step. Holistic psychology is the next step in our healing modalities. And so I do marry the best of spiritual teachings and psychology. So we work with everything from deeply embodying that this universe is for you, that nothing is happening to you, everything is happening for your growth, for your expansion. We work with deep spiritual principles like your own sense of worthiness, your own connection to your sense of worth, your sense of abundance, your sense of self-esteem, the way you esteem yourself, the way you identify yourself, to be so deeply self-connected in yourself through the practice of compassion, self-compassion, that you are then able to create such a rich tapestry and fabric with those individuals around you. And then the practices of the best of psychology. So the best of trauma healing, the best of trauma healing. We work with your survival self, the parts of yourself that have been wounded, the parts of yourself that have been hurt in your past. And I teach you how to heal your own hurts. And we do this in a like-minded community, a community of individuals, the likes of which I promise you, you have never met before. The individuals who are my coaches, soul care coaches, mastering this field of spiritual psychology are some of the most soulful, heart-centered individuals you will ever meet in your life. We have such a sense of safety in this community. So you will be with individuals who have already graduated. You will be doing dyads, you will be in small group breakouts and the large group with individuals who have been practicing some of these individuals we have been meeting literally for 2.5 years now, every single week. So you will be surrounded by individuals who are doing the work. And you will have such mentorship. Besides me, when you meet these coaches, you will be amazed at the level of self-love, self-compassion, self-support that these individuals are practicing and is experiencing, and will therefore be able to mentor and model to you what true self-compassion, true self-love, true self-support looks like, feels like. You will experience your own inner healing to the depths and degrees that you have not even been able to imagine. What I have witnessed in the individuals and students that have gone through this program is truly nothing short of miraculous. Their own lives have transformed, and the stories of the lives of their relationships with their children, with their spouses, with their own clients, the level of expertise and mastery that you will gain if you are a coach or even remotely thinking about becoming a coach. The mastery and the expertise in this leading field of spiritual psychology that you will acquire will directly influence your ability to be present with and heal the lives of your clients, your children, your spouses, anyone in your life. So if this is something that calls to you, email me. The link is in the show notes. Information about the certification program we begin January 25th. And on January 12th, a couple of days from now, I'm doing a free soul care masterclass that will give you a taste in an experiential way of some of the practices that we do together. Both of those links are in the show notes. I hope that you will join us. If you want more information, email me at suzi@suzilula.com. Be happy to talk to you and be so happy to connect you with any one of my coaches who would also be happy to talk to you. So let's go back, do a quick review. Today's episode is all about New Year, New You. Here's to more in 2024. More stands for meditate, release anything that no longer serves you, open to that which is truly meaningful to you, receive and expand. Remember, it is your practice of self-love. It is your own inner transformational practice that is more important than any intention you could set. It will bring to you the intimacy and the connection that everyone desires and deserves. So I'm deeply grateful to you. I want to come full circle to where I started. Deep bow, deep gratitude. I know that if you are someone that is listening, it means you are invested. You are interested in your own transformation and the transformation of those around you and the transformation of our humanity on this beautiful, precious planet Earth that we all share. So much love to you. Hope to see some of you at the free masterclass, and give yourself permission to thrive this week. I will see you next week. Much love, everyone. Thank you so much for listening. If there was something in this conversation that spoke to you, we'd so appreciate it if you would take the time to subscribe, leave a 5-star review, and share this episode with women and mothers you know, because you are here to thrive. See you next time.